So good day everyone. I am Jonaline Brinzuela and together with Miss Desiree Clark and Miss Victoria Sumatra, we are going to discuss Chapter 4, Lesson 2, the classification of technical reports. So in the workplace, the report plays an important role whether you are preparing one for your supervisor, the executive staff, board of directors, or your clients. It may be short and simple in the form of a memorandum or email, or it may be more several pages long. But whatever its length, content, or destination, the end result is still the same. A report must be informative, factual, understandable, and neatly presented. So business report is broad in scope and covers numerous written documents necessary in doing business such as incident report, accomplishment report, recommendation report, financial report, and many more. But even though there are several types of business reports, having a standard business report format allows the reader to easily locate the important information presented. And it also enables the writer to organize the report effectively and logically. Knowing how to write a business report is necessary in the business world. A standard business report format aids in easy information accessibility and effective organization, making it crucial for business professionals to master. Now we have here basic classifications of written report. First, we have the article report. So it is a simple report that aims to inform the masses. This report focuses on any general interest. This is like the magazine article we read on our regular days. The next one, we have the laboratory report, or in short, lab report. It is a comprehensive report written to communicate laboratory works and observations to the management. It also focuses on the question, how did we do it? So under this one, we have common parts. Common parts of a lab report. First, we have the abstract. It is an outline of the entire experiment, usually summarizes the purpose, methods, results, and conclusions of the experiment in a concise paragraph. Introduction. So this part presents the objectives and importance of the experiment. The background of this report often includes theoretical predictions for what the results should be. The third one is the procedures. So this part is sometimes called methods or steps, for it presents the step-by-step methods and how the experiment is done. Results and discussion. This part presents the discussion of the experiment as well as the results, which are composed of tables and figures. Another one is the references. So this part includes the results of experiment where we'll list any sources cited in the report, such as textbooks, scientific papers, or other references. And the last one is the appendices. So this part is composed of raw data, the calculations, graphs, figures, pictures, communication, and so on that you have not included in the report itself. So the third one of the common parts of the written report, we have information report. So the main function of this report is based from the title itself, of course, to inform. So it includes periodic and annual reports. Periodic report is a type of information report written by the employees or subordinates which they submit daily, weekly, or monthly to their superiors to note information of interest to the organization to show comparison and tendencies. The second one is the annual report. So it is a type of information report which includes the listing of activities, projects, and events of an organization during the whole year round to show progress, financial status, and general state of affairs. So this report can be classified as public or private.
Alright, so good day everyone. I'm Desiree Clark, and today we're gonna talk about classifications of technical reports, which are first the Special Information Report, or what we call in short SIR. So SIR is a kind of report or document that contains detailed information about a particular aspect of a technical project or process. So this report may include specialized. So from the word specialized, special information report includes specialized data analysis or findings that are important for decision making, problem solving, or further research within a technical field. So the content of SIR in technical reports or technical writing would vary depending on the context and purpose of the report, but it typically aims to provide understandable and specialized information to its intended audience. So under this report, it has three subtypes of report, which are first the preliminary, the process, the most important one, the process report, and then followed by the final report. Now, preliminary report. So in this part of steps or of SIR or Special Information Report, first, it collects information. Of course, first mag-collect o mag-detect information before ta mag-gather ba tag data before ta mag-start sa atong report. So mag-gather ba tag data so daling apart and about the proposed project, which includes the costing, designs, and other elements. Now let's move on to making a process report. So in this step or part, if kaganina is mag-collect of information or data, now the process report is the record. It has records of the history of an activity from the time it has started up to the present date of the writing. So this time, mag-record ka of data. Kaganiya is to gather data. This time is to record data. So that is the process report. So I have here a format of making a process report. First is you must create the title of your project. Second is the names of the parties involved in the project. Of course, the members. Next is the date of the report or when it was created, and a summary of the project's progress to date. So it's either like, for example, magsulat mo from January 23 to March 12. So January 23 mo start to March 12 ang inyong project. And next is the description of the work completed since the last progress of the report. And lastly, a description of their work planned for the next period. So, asa man yung plano for the next period. The seventh one is the financial information such as your budget, revenues, risk, and challenges assessment. And the last one is and then you add any other relevant information for your report. Now I have here an example of a sample of progress report. Actually, there are a lot of ways or format in order to make a progress report. You can search it a lot in Google. So as you observe, it has an outline. Take for example activities performed during the period. Another are the date, details, period covered, or the summary of the project's progress to date. Also, we have the author, contributors, financial information such as the budget and revenues, risk and challenges assessment. So, makabalog na tanan diri. But you can search a lot in Google because there are a lot of ways. And then add any relevant information for your report, such as these sample. Now, for the last step, the special information report is the final report. Of course, the final. So, humana na ta sa preliminary report, sa process report, and then the final report. So, in this part, now after recording your projects in projects data in the progress part, now in the final step, you have to submit your report after completing a project that shows how plans were delivered. So, isubmit na mo, submitting the information or data. First, again, is to gather data. Next is to record the data. Now, to submit the data in the final report. Now, let's move forward to another classification of a technical report, the research report. So, in a research report, a common report which generates data. So, mura Japon siya progress reports, no? But it digs deeper and mas dagan pa siya content as it is detailed document that presents the findings, analysis, and conclusions of a research study or project. So, in a research report, it typically includes an outlining of the following contents of a research report. So, of course, it should have an introduction, the problem, purpose, objectives, and scope, review of literature, materials, equipment and facilities, theory, methods, procedures, results, findings, and data, discussion, conclusions, and recommendations. And lastly is the bibliography. Now, what is the general format of a research report? So, it commonly includes the following, which are the transmittal letter, title page, table of contents, of course in Amwala, list of figures, list of tables, and the abstract. So, that doesn't end. So, naapay introduction, problem, background, purpose, objective, scope, review of literature, materials, equipment, and facilities, theory, methods, and procedures, results, findings, and data, discussions, conclusions, and recommendations. And then lastly is the bibliography. So, nagbalik-balik lang ang mga parts sa report. So, we're talking about reports, diba? But what makes a research report different from a research paper? So, murag pahiray mo pagsabot sa ilang duha, like sa ilang parts or sa ilang format, that actually na-difference sa ilang. So, in a research paper or versus in a research report, so we're talking about reports. So, but a research report typically provides an understandable overview of a research project. It often includes tables, charts, and graphs to present data visually, while research papers, on the other hand, are more focused and usually present original research results, often intended for publication in academic journals. So they typically follow a specific structure including an abstract, introduction, methodology, results, discussion, conclusion sections. So in general, research papers are usually more formal and detailed than research reports.
A pleasant day to everyone. Let's explore the type of report that provides solution, which is the recommendation, and its 6 elements, while the another type of report is a field report, which is to capture crucial data. Let's begin to the recommendation report. So the purpose of recommendation report is aimed to analyze a situation, present various options, and suggest the most suitable course of action. So it has a six structure that is crucial of making a recommendation report. The first element is the introduction, which is briefly describes the problem or issue at hand and the need of the decision. Second is the technical background, which is provides relevant technical details and information about the context of the situation. Third is the comparison of options that analyzes and compares different potential solutions or choices. This might involve considering factors like cost and effectiveness, feasibility, and potential risk. The fourth crucial element of making a recommendation report is critical requirements, which is to highlight the essential factors that must be considered when making the decision. The fifth, another crucial element, is the conclusion, where it summarizes the findings from the analysis and emphasizes the key points. Lastly is the recommendation, which is for clearly state the preferred for course of action based on the analysis and the justification for the recommendation. I have here the example. As you can see, the first element that was used by making recommendation, of course, the introduction. That is clearly defines the problem or opportunity addressed by the report, providing context. And as you can see, it also briefly mentioned the background and the significance of the issue to set the stage for the analysis. Another is the review of literature, which summarizes the relevant information and the research findings related to the problem, and also it establishes a foundation for analysis and recommendation by highlighting existing knowledge and perspectives. We have also here the materials, equipment, and facilities. Take note, this is only if applicable. So as you can see, this is used for less the resources required to conduct the analysis and develop the recommendations. It may include specific tools, softwares, or physical equipment needed for the analysis. Another is the theory, methods, and the procedures, which explains the analytical approach used to evaluate the situation and, of course, to outline the steps taken to the gathered and analyzed data, providing transparency in the methodology. As you can see, next is the results, findings, and data, which is presentation of the information collected through research and analysis. Another is the discussion, conclusion, and the recommendation, which is to interpret the results and findings, explaining their significance in the context of the problem. It also to shows conclusion based on the analysis, providing clear understanding the situation and of course to offer specific recommendation as solution to the addressed problem or opportunity backed by the analysis. In addition of making your recommendation report is you can acquire through the bibliography, which is the list of the resources referenced throughout the report, ensuring proper credit and credibility. Another is the comparisons, which is includes a table or section comparing different options considered, highlighting advantage and disadvantage for informed decision making. Ultimately, this structure serves as a comprehensive roadmap for the recommendation report, guiding readers through case tips involved in the analysis and decision-making process. That's all will be in the recommendation report. Let's proceed to the field report. So the purpose of field report is to document observations and experiences in a real-world setting and analyzes them in the relation to the theoretical concepts learned in a course. It focuses on systematic observation, which is to carefully recording the data through methods like note-taking, sketches, or even photographs. It is also focuses in analysis in context, which is interpreting the observations and relating them to the relevant theoretical framework learned in the course. Example, a biology student observes plants in a local park. The field report would detail types of plants observed, their characteristics, their interaction with the environment, and how these observation related to the concept like photosynthesis or plant adaptation. So what is the difference between recommendation report and field report? So their differences is that recommendation report focuses on proposing solution based on existing data and analysis, while field reports centered around documenting and analyzing observations gathered firsthand in a real-world context, often with a more flexible structure to accommodate the unique nature of the observations. Though both types of reports involve some forms of analysis, whether it's analyzing existing data for recommendation report or analyzing observation for field reports. In both cases, the goal is to draw meaningful conclusions from the information gathered.
Now we're going to tackle the language improvements, specifically on the vocabulary words. So first we have its definition. So it is to describe a word or phrase that is essential to understanding a particular subject, concept, or field of study. So in technical writing, vocabulary words often carry specific meanings and nuances that is crucial for effective communication within a specialized domain. And then we have its purpose, or the purpose of vocabulary words in technical writing. So we have for clarification, to clarify technical concepts and facilitate clear communication between technical writers and their audience. Next is precision. It is to contribute to the precision and accuracy of technical documents by using terms that have well-defined meanings within a specific context. And lastly, the consistency. So using established vocabulary words ensures uniformity and avoids ambiguity in technical documentation.
The first characteristic of vocabulary word is specificity, which is the technical vocabulary prioritizes precise and exact meaning. These words are chosen to convey a particular concept within a specialized field, avoiding ambiguity. Example: instead of saying calculation method, a technical writer might use the more specific term algorithm, which refers to a set of well-defined instructions for problem solving. Another is the standardization, which is technical fields often have a set of commonly accepted terms or jargon. These standardized terms ensure clear communication and understanding among professionals within the specific discipline. Using widely recognized jargon streamlines communication and avoids the need for lengthy explanations. Examples: doctor used the term MRI, magnetic resonance imaging, instead of explaining the entire functioning of the machine. Next is the conciseness, which is technical vocabulary emphasizes efficiency in conveying complex ideas. These words are typically shorter and more precise compared to everyday language. This allows for clear and concise communication, particularly when dealing with intricate concepts. Example: interface concisely describes a connection point between two systems compared to a longer explanation about how they interact. Example of technical vocabulary is technical terminology and acronyms, and abbreviation. So in technical terminology, the specific words like algorithm, which is a set of instruction, API, which is the application programming interface, a way for software to communicate. Database is schema, which is structure of database, and binary code, which is computer language using 0s and 1s, are all essential vocabulary in their respective fields. Another example is the acronyms and abbreviations. Example: the shortened forms like CPU, Central Processing Unit, and RAM or RAM, Random Access Memory, are widely used in technical contexts to represent longer terms. This saves space and improves communication efficiency within a specific field. So technical vocabulary plays a crucial role in ensuring clear and accurate communication within specialized fields. These words are chosen for their specificity, and standardization and conciseness enable professionals to convey complex ideas efficiently and avoid misunderstandings. And that's all to my part.
Hello everyone, again I'm Desiree Clark. So now let's talk about the fifth thing when we talk about the vocabulary words. So what are the guidelines for using vocabulary words? First, should define unfamiliar terms. So this guideline emphasizes the importance of clarifying any unfamiliar vocabulary words within a document. By providing definitions, the technical writers ensure that all readers can understand the content. So we must define unfamiliar terms. Next is use consistently. Okay, it's crucial to maintain uniformity in the usage of vocabulary words throughout the document. Consistently helps prevent confusion and among readers reinforces understanding. So dili na maglailahig term. So kung usay gamit ka term from the beginning, muna tayo mong sundon natin sa mahuman ang document because malibog na ang readers as a technical writer. So what are the importance kanang magamit man tag vocabulary words, or kanang why should we study or discover a lot of vocabulary words? So through vocabulary words, through this we can facilitate clear and precise communication of complex technical concepts. So as it enhance understanding, because when used effectively, vocabulary words can contribute to the readability, comprehension, and overall quality